Now, the main story that you're going to be watching after this is about how X has quietly reinstated their misgendering rules. But breaking news that I want to add to this is that it appears more censorship is back at Twitter. Twitter has started removing videos, apparently, from InfoWars and Alex, and also has banned them from being able to link back to their website. Now, this is not surprising to any of us who've been watching, but here's the clip.
Last night. And so that's why our video was
Whoops.
X guy. I don't ferret through all the sub channels and messages and things. We got a message that I'd been flagged for doing something wrong last night. And so that's why our video was removed. And then I guess there is a ghost in the machine. People that hadn't restarted X could still see it. And that's why people couldn't. So X did take down last night's show.
Free speech. Free speech absolutism. Right?
And they will not let us send out the name ban.video. And so that's a big deal.
Now, to be fair, X does not really care for anybody linking to anything. Like, they don't let me link to the quartering, for example. Like, if I link to, you know, my Rumble channel, which, by the way, I'm hoping Monday through Friday you'll join me at on my live streams that are every single day at 1 Eastern. Rumble is the only true free speech platform outside of, I will also give credit to Minds, BitChute, and Odyssey. But of the big alternative, you know, the big alt tech, there's Rumble. X has freer speech, but it does not have free speech. And, you know, I don't know how Kick is, to be honest, for streaming. I guess I don't know. Maybe Kick is. I don't know. All I know is that it's like a platform for 12-year-olds. But anyway,
that Elon Musk's operation is doing that. He needs to fix that. We need to reach out to folks there, and we need to get a statement from him about this, because last night's show was a good broadcast. I know it upset the establishment to show the Dan Bongino secret documents about how the CIA directed an operation with John Brennan under Obama that they launched when Obama left office that I'm still living under attack from every day.
By the way, also shout out to Gab. Gab is pretty good. Gab does not allow spicy photos. I don't care about that. You know, I don't care about them banning that. Some people will argue about, well, that's free speech. It's fine. I don't care. You know, as long as I can say whatever I want to say for the most part, then I'm okay with it. I don't care about him banning spicy photos or whatever. It doesn't bother me. But yeah, Gab is also good.
And I guess that secret document upset them a little bit, probably, or...
Interesting. So, yeah, it'll be, you know, more censorship coming from Twitter. It's just slowly grinding back to exactly where it was. That's where it is. I mean, if you're watching my live stream on Twitter, you know, I appreciate that, or on X. I don't really have any way of being able to tell if there's 7 whole people. Gab is also good. That's so wild.
And
I have 310,000 followers and 7 people are watching. What is the point? Like, Elon, come on, man. Like, what's the point? Nobody wants to watch live streams on Twitch or on Twitter. Maybe people like doing spaces. That's true. Yep. Now let's talk about the misgendering nonsense. Interesting story coming out of Twitter /X/ whatever, Elon Musk's free speech mega investment. They have now quietly reinstated rules about misgendering just 1 year after Elon Musk ended the policy. Now, every time, I have a critique about Twitter or X, people will often tag Elon. Like, I doubt he's really involved in the day-to-day. This is like Linda Yaccarino doing this stuff. And this is actually wild because I've been seeing people more often now getting banned, having their monetization suspended and without giving a reason. And this is not a good sign. X reversed its policy, allowing users to misgender people, a policy apparently at odds with owner Elon Musk's stated goal of prioritizing free speech on the platform. X added a section titled, quote, use of prior names and pronouns to its policy on abusive behavior sometime in late January, according to the Wayback Machine. The change reported by Ars Technica states that X will reduce the visibility of posts that purposefully use different pronouns to address someone other than the ones that they would use for themselves, or that use a previous name that someone no longer uses as a part of their transition. That's really weird to me. First of all, okay, how in like an automated fashion, how do you determine that someone's intent about using pronouns? I just don't know how you can determine their intent. How does the system know the difference between someone accidentally using the wrong pronouns and someone purposely doing that? It's you'd have to have, essentially, you're going to have to pay people. You're going to have to bring back all those weirdo moderators. You're going to have to bring them back, and you're going to have to start to have that trust and safety department again, aren't you? The policy is a partial reversal of Musk's initial removal of the policy back in April 2023. It's unclear why X backtracked on the change. X did not respond to requests for comments from the Washington Examiner. Well, if you don't know why they did it, I can tell you why. It's because secretly, when they're talking to advertisers, they're telling advertisers that they're doing this. I promise you that. When they're talking to Disney, when they're talking to, ABC, NBC, ESPN, the Super Bowl people, the NFL, all these woke corporations, I guarantee you they have a section in their advertiser deck that says, oh yeah, we have this new rule in place. Musk has been critical of those promoting gender ideology in recent years. He promoted What is a Woman documentary by the Daily Wire, in which talk show host Matt Walsh spoke to several experts about what makes somebody a woman, including advocates of gender transition and detransitioners. People underwent gender transitions, but then reverted to identifying with their biological correct status. Musk has also declared in June that cis and cisgender terms used to identify people who identify with their gender from birth will be considered slurs. Finally, he called for the police to imprison therapists who help gender transition children. Musk has become, quote, anti-woke after his child identified as transgender and cut off communication, according to Walter Isaacson's biography of Musk. Musk's purchase of the social media platform reportedly was motivated in part by the suspension of the satirical publication Babylon Bee for posting a tweet referring to the Department of Health and Human Services Secretary Rachel Levine as a biological man who, that is a fact, who identifies a woman as a man. Now, if you look at the Ars Technica report, this from yesterday, X quietly revived anti-misgendering policy that Musk dropped last year. GLAAD pushes to close loopholes allowing targeted misgendering of celebrities. So is this only about Elliot Page then? Is that this is just about Elliot Page then? I don't really know any other, I don't know why else you do this. Is this like the entirety of their reasoning is to have this crap, reinstate these lists because the celebrities? I don't understand. Like, who gives a crap about the celebrities? Nobody cares about them. And this is proven constantly when they get dunked on, all the time. They're getting dunked on constantly by anyone who's not a lunatic. Why on earth would we have to endure more censorship to protect celebrities' feelings? That's so wild to me. Yet, I mean, obviously it's very common, and it has been very common for years. And you have GLAAD's senior director of social media safety. Now, that shouldn't even be a role, for the record. Jenny Olson told ours that she believes policies explicitly banning dead naming and misgendering are better than vague policies that don't make it clear what's banned. Clarity makes it easier for content moderators to act on valid reports of hate speech. So we're back to that now. We're back to having hate speech rules. We're back to having more content moderators. That's what we're back to on Twitter now. Moderators, hate speech, censorship for misgendering people, censorship for, quote, dead naming people. I'm supposed to believe that some weirdo who gets their rocks off banning people and suppressing free speech is going to look at, for example, anything in good faith. They're going to look at me accidentally misgendering somebody, perhaps purposely misgendering them. That how is a system supposed to know? There's no way the system could possibly know what your intent is. But yep, that's back now. And by the way, let's not forget about how, Twitter has still been shadow banning people, has still been perma-banning people, has still been suppressing people, has still been locking people out of their accounts. Like, this is very common. And yes, Elon has done some good things with bringing, for example, Alex back and other people who are, perhaps a little edgier. But there certainly are still lots of people who are banned. There are lots of people that are still banned from this platform that will never come back. Or there have been people that have been, even though Elon said there will be no more permanent bans. That's what he said. Elon said the permanent ban is over. We're not doing that anymore. Okay, cool. But people are still getting permanently banned all the time. So who do you end up blaming here? Elon, ultimately, he's got to be watching it. He's got to be, knowing what the heck is going on with his own company. But also the question is well, Linda Yaccarino is the CEO, and she's the one that's ultimately signing off on this stuff. And why do they have this stuff is because advertisers are demanding it. That's literally what it is. Advertisers are demanding it. And that's what causes this. I don't think that Elon has let all the woke weirdos back in, but it seems like perhaps that's the case. It seems like at least likely to me. Just another disappointing development for X/Twitter.